Good afternoon and welcome to Abu Dhabi. After 21 wonderfully entertaining races, GP2's 2015 solely to him. Here is the reversed grid for the final race of the year. Alex Lynn finished 8th and starts on pole. Then we've got Rio Haryanto in 2nd, 3rd Jordan King. Pierre Gasly was downbeat when I spoke to him this morning about tyre degradation. 5, it's the last race of the year and it begins now with a bit of wheel spin for the pole sitter, but he's got away. Well, immediately knows he needs to defend in the second phase of the start, but Alex Lynn will lead into the first turn, squeezing Rio Haryanto, and immediately Jordan King is trying to get alongside, as we've got Peacock in the background there. They all funnel through. Haryanto, and a spin for Gasly. Gasly goes round and he's clobbered. Oh, horrible accident, eliminating multiple cars.
Yeah, that's a very nasty shunt there. Gasly, I don't know if he got contact. I guess he would have done there at turn 2, sideways, and it was the Arden there that clattered him first. That's Nato that's heavily in the wall. Is it Galeo that's up in the barriers there as well?
That's De Jong climbing free as well. We've got De Jong, Galeo, Nato, Gasly, who was spun. They are out immediately. And Van Dorn. Stoffel Van Dorn's final race in GP2. And we were looking at the battle at the start. And we've got Latifi in there as well. Of course, he was at the back. Latifi and Nato exiting. And we've got a red flag on our screens. Will that be applied? It's going to take a long time to fix this, so I suspect we will be under red flag conditions. It's good to see Galal out of the car. Gasly's miserable time of it continues, and we've got there Sergei Sorokin, and a red flag, as you can see on your screen, after half the field, and Van Dorn will have a chance then to take it to the pit lane. He's stalled off the line, but we of course are focusing on an enormous accident. It's very difficult to hit a barrier around this racetrack, but when you have a spinning car like that on the opening stages, I thought he was going to get away with it, but great to see all the drivers out of the car and okay. So let's see what happens.
So we look at Gasly. Oh, he lost it on his own, just going to the apex curb. He almost hit Marcello as well, and now he's just spinning, and I mean, he needs to put the anchors on there. He's spinning back towards the track, and he just clips Nato, and everyone else is on the outside of Nato. So Nato hits him, loses his front right, and then can't turn, and everyone on the outside just gets dragged into the mess as well. But look at Gasly here on the inside. Had a little look at Marcello, never going to happen that, but he ended up just spinning it. And here he's got to put the anchors on, but he rolls back into the track, and that rear right gets smacked by Nato in the Arden, and then they're all just passengers straight towards that barrier. It's a quick corner on the first lap there.
On board with Sorokin as this unfolds. And he gets clobbered from the rear.
I was wondering what was going to happen to him because he's out the race as well. But so he actually made it round, saw what's going to happen early, but someone else didn't see him, and we didn't see who that was, but he got a real smack from behind.
So this was overtaking before the red flag was thrown. That was racing engineering going side by side. King and Rossi through turn 7, and Stoneman getting past Matsushita, who had a terrible start.
Yeah, that was King holding off Rossi, which is going to be important. Rossi's made one place already from Gasly, which he got off the line. Obviously Gasly now going no further. Van Dorn has got to the end of the pit lane. He's going to be at the front of the queue of cars.
Had a Brit 1-2 in that championship. And a little bit of payback for Dean Stoneman, because he's been spun around with contact on the opening lap at least once in the last 2 rounds. So he was looking for a little bit of luck on the opening lap, and he's got it to elevate himself well up the order from his lowly starting position of 20th. And Alex Rossi, who's completed 5 Formula 1 Grand Prix this year, secured 2nd in the championship, as Charlie Whiting surveys the damage to the barrier. He's just taking photos of the damage. And we are hearing really sad news at the end of the season that the race will not be resumed. So the race has been called off due to the extensive barrier repairs, and that is a rather bizarre way to end the 2015 GP2 season. We were looking forward to a battle between Lynn and a disappointing way for the season to end. Final confirmation of the championship then. Stoffel van Dorn breaking nearly every record in the book. We'll never know how far he could have got through the grid from 16th. He is your champion then. Rossi, Sorokin, as I said, beating Haryanto. Evans in 5th. Lynn is 6th. Marcello 7th. And Pierre Gasly, who had the spin, in 8th position. Matsushita is 9th. And a top 10 finish for Richie Stanaway, who won 2 races. He's not been at the last 2 rounds with other